Hi, good morning, everyone.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Krishna, good morning.
Yeah, hi.
Good
Uh,
morning, sir.
yeah, good morning, everyone. I would say any questions? Like you guys tried with I gave last Saturday, I guess, one assignment to you. So did anyone tried with that?
Yeah, completed, sir. But
Completed, right? Everybody is done.
Completed, sir.
Anyone is
Yes, sir.
pending?
Completed.
Okay, okay, nice.
No, sir.
on that worked on that delete is not posting now, sir. I also worked on that. I got it, sir.
Which one?
Yeah, in that postman, it's showing error now, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, sir.
The remaining methods also working fine, right?
Working fine, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. So that Git and GitHub account also assignment also done, right?
Yeah, done, sir.
Okay, okay, fine. Yeah. Okay. So I'll share. So far we discussed. I give the summary what we discussed so far. In the backend topics, we discussed about the OIJ component and service. OIJ component and OIJ service. OIJ service. So service is the extension of OIJ component only. Component can convert into the service, but service cannot convert into the component. This is the one interview question they will ask. Okay, component service is the extension of the component only. Without component, we cannot create the services. Component is the service is the extension of component only. And after that, we discussed about Sling servlets. Okay, Sling servlets meaning which are the classes. The servlet have the life cycle like init, service, and destroy, which will take the parameters, process the parameters, and return the response. Return the response. And we discussed about like how many ways you can register the servlet and how many classes you can extend the how many predefined classes are available while writing the servlets, and those all the things we discussed at Sling servlets. Sling servlets is also one of the OEG service only. This is also one of the OEG service. And after that, we discussed about Sling model is the different framework actually. So that is the Sling framework, and these are the OEG frameworks, OEG component and OEG service. And this this servlet we are converting into a OEG service. OEG service. Okay, fine. Now today let's go forward with schedulers. 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 So what does it mean by scheduler and what is the definition for the scheduler and at what time we'll go with the scheduler? So we'll go with one by one. So first I will give the scheduler definition, and then so based on that we'll go ahead with that scheduler. So generally scheduler meaning, so scheduler which is used for run a piece of code, run a particular piece of code. I can say particular piece of code at regular intervals at I can say at regular intervals, regular intervals. We have a cron expression. We will mention the timings. We'll mention the will mention time intervals. We'll mention the time intervals, time intervals which wanted to run a piece of code, run a piece of code, and we can extend, so which is used for run a particular piece of code at regular intervals. We have cron expression. We'll mention the time intervals which we wanted to run a piece of code, and we can override we can override thread class run method, thread run method, thread run method to have a piece of code, to have a piece of code, to have a piece of code to run regularly, to run regularly, and to run regularly, and then we can deploy the scheduler. We can deploy the scheduler. We can deploy the scheduler, and then we can start using the scheduler. And then we can start using the scheduler. So this is the general definition for the scheduler. So scheduler which is used to run a particular piece of code at regular intervals, where we have the cron expression. We'll mention the time intervals which wanted to run a piece of code, and we can override the thread run method to have a piece of code to run a regularly, and we can deploy the scheduler, and then we can start using the scheduler. So generally in Koja we have the threading topic, right? Threading, multi-threading. So normally threads you can create in two ways. Custom thread you can create in two ways. One is the by using thread class. Thread is the class, and second one is the by using implements. Normally, threading is also normally custom thread you can create in two ways. The class name you can take anything. The custom thread, for example, custom thread. If I go with the this is the thread. This is the custom thread. We can create thread like this. This is the one approach, but this is the class. So class is not a recommended actually. Okay, class is not a recommended. This is the one way to create the thread. But we have another way also to create the thread. That is, I would say, yeah, demo class and implements runnable. So this is the second way to create the thread. Those are the two ways to create the custom thread. This is the first way, and this is the second way. First way is not recommended. Why? Because this is the we are extending the class. So class with the class is not recommended. Why? Because if you want to change any like later, if you want to change make any changes, so through the class is not possible. So through the interface is possible. So that is the reason always interface is the recommendable. So today also the scheduler, we can create the scheduler by using the runnable interface. So we will create one thread, and then in that thread we will write some business logic, whatever we want that business logic. So we will execute the multiple times. We'll execute the multiple times. So in generally in Java, for example, if you want to repeat the same one statement multiple times, then which topic we have generally looping statement. If you want to repeat the same statement multiple times, we will go with the looping statement. But in this case, the same piece of code, if you want to execute based on our requirement, like I want to execute every 1 day, or I want to execute every 10 days, or every year, like that, if you I want to execute my code, so at the time I can go with the scheduler. We are scheduling our piece of we are scheduling a piece of code whenever we want to execute. We will mention the timings in the cron expression. If you see the definition itself, so for writing the scheduler, cron expression is mandatory. Cron expression meaning the timings. We will mention the timings whenever we want to schedule schedule the scheduler. That is the timings we will mention in the cron expression. So for example, where we will use the scheduler generally, like so if you in the last 1 month, so the Flipkart and Amazon they conducted some offers, right? And some of the phones or some of the all mostly they conducted a offer prices and all. If you observe in that sales, I would say for a particular product, the price has decreased duration of 30 minutes or 1 hour. So after 1 hour, so again the price is going to back the original price. So like that, you can at the time we can mention like we will write a one scheduler code like so. This time I want to decrease the price, and after that again gradually it has to revert back to original price. So that is the one example. With the help of scheduler, we can reduce the prices whenever you want. So after the time is expired, then the again the price will go back to the original price. That is one example. And next one is, for example, yeah, for example, we can assume there are homes rental businesses and all, and this is the major branch which is available in some Bangalore. We can assume like that, and uh, this is the other person. This is the other person, and this person want to collaborate with to this person. So this person, a person, is already having a good website, and I would say every day the rates of the rental homes, the rates and prices every day he is updating his own website itself. Now the B person also want to collaborate with this person. Okay, and the B person, so every day he has to update he I would say his rental rates itself directly. So they will write one scheduler for that. So this month is in my Hyderabad. So this is the rates. And next month, so for example, if you take like 10,000 of this month, and next month the rate 10,000 will be increased to 15,000. Okay, that prices. So if you write the scheduler code for that, then automatically the price next month the prices will be increased 10,000 to 15,000. 10,000 to 15,000 like that. So we can write that the scheduler. So number of examples you can take. Okay, so this is the basic scenario. I would say the scheduler meaning offers and rates and all, and any for example, if you want to in our websites also they are making some pages, right? So you want to activate the pages, you can activate the pages according to scheduler. For example, there you created, you can assume you created, there are total 100 pages you created. From that 100 pages, you want to schedule, meaning you want to activate only 20 pages. Then you can activate 20 pages by using the scheduler. How many pages you want to activate, you can activate. And if you want to, so okay, fine, 20 pages are in live. So from that 20 pages, again, you want to deactivate 5 pages. Yes, you can do with that. Yes, you can do with that. So like that, there are number of examples by using the scheduler. By using the scheduler, as a developer, you should be familiar with the scheduler. You should be familiar with the scheduler. Okay, these are the few of the examples for basic. I would say the basic understanding of the scheduler. Now this is the definition for the scheduler, and generally, second thing is how many ways you can create the scheduler. How many ways we can create the scheduler? We can create the scheduler in two ways. The thing is, one is the whiteboard pattern. whiteboard pattern, and the second way is scheduler API. Scheduler API. These are the two ways to create the scheduler. So whiteboard pattern is the legacy one. Now we are going with, so now nobody is not using nowadays whiteboard pattern. So nowadays everybody is using the scheduler API. So we are also going with scheduler API. Scheduler API. So generally scheduler API meaning the scheduler already the predefined they wrote already predefined jars are available. So we will import the scheduler class, and then we will use the predefined methods and all. We will use the predefined methods and all. Okay, fine. So we can create a scheduler in two ways. One is the whiteboard pattern, and second one is the scheduler API. And we are going with scheduler API. We are going with scheduler API. Next thing is how you can implement the scheduler. For implementing the scheduler, all backend topics are nothing but normal Java classes only, right? So we can take the class name is anything. So I'm taking the class name is demo, and you can take article expiry date and offers expiry date. Okay, uh, like that you can take number of names based on the requirement. You can take the relevant name. Okay, public class and implements. I'm creating the thread. Implements runnable runnable implements runnable meaning now this will be act as a thread, and we are implementing the runnable interface. We are inheriting some few the method. So the runnable is the interface. This interface have only one method, that is only one method, that is the run method. In that run method we will write our business logic. In that run method we will write our business logic from here to here. This is the scope of the class, and next we can convert this normal Java class into component, and next service equal to this component again we are converting into runnable dot class. Now this will be act as the service. Okay, next immediate equal to true, immediate equal to true. Okay, and then so if they will ask like how you can implement the scheduler meaning, then you can tell a Java class name and implements runnable at the rate component equal to service at the rate component service equal to runnable dot class. So in the backend they will ask, this is also very regular question, like how you can implement the scheduler, how you implement the OGA service, how you implement the workflow, how you implement the handler. So these are the, this is also regular question. Okay, this is the one class, and cron expression and all I want to take dynamically. Okay, no need hard coding. So for example, if I write the scheduler at one time, so the cron expression I will give the dynamically. I want to give the cron expression dynamically. So through that I can my scheduler I want to run by giving the cron expression dynamically. So if I want to give anything dynamically, then we should go with OSGA configurations. So in the last session, we learned about the OSGA configuration, right? So today also we will use the OSGA configurations, and from that we can take the values from dynamically. We can take the values from dynamically. So here also I can take one more class, and from that I will take the values from here. By using this class I can read the values. Those values again I will pass into the this demo class, this demo class. So that the thing we will do today. That the thing we will do today. Okay. So scheduler you can create in two ways: whiteboard pattern and scheduler API. Now simply I will go ahead with the backend, and then I will write. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is a scheduler. I will take a class which is like article expiry, article expiry, article expiry date as the I'm taking as the class name. Class name. Okay, next one is implements runnable.java. And also for making the cron expressions, there are multiple websites. For example, you simply can come here, look for the cron expression generator, and click go to that. So see, these many websites are available. These many websites are available. If you go with any website, and then you can make the cron expression. For example, if I go with the cron maker, so you can see here, for example, if you want to execute every minute, so whatever the logic you wrote, you want to execute every minute. So you can mention hourly, daily, weekly, or monthly. Whenever you want, you can mention here, and then you can generate. So this is the cron expression. This cron expression you can directly use. This cron expression you can directly use. For example, if you want to generate the cron every 5 minutes, then you can mention, and then you can mention as the generate. This is the cron expression. I will show with a few of the other exam websites also. And this is the one more website. Go with that website. Cron expression, very important. Now see here, if you mention this one, this will execute every 5 minutes, every minute, every minute. If you mention cron expression like this, it will execute every 5 minutes, every 5 minutes. If you write like this will execute every hour. If you mention like this, every day at 12 a.m. And if you mention like this at 12 a.m. only on Friday, and if you mention like this, so whenever you want, simply you can come here, and then you can mention here. Based on that, it will generate the cron expression. It will generate the cron expression generator. You can, I will go with that. So see here, if you mention like this, it will generate every minute. So this is the meaning of each star: minute, hour, day of the month, and month, day of the week, day of the week. This is the star meaning. What does star meaning? Minute, hour, day of the month, and week, and week. Okay, fine. Now, so whenever you want to execute a piece of code, you can simply come to website, and then you can generate the cron expression, and that cron expression you can use in the scheduler. Okay, so now I will go with that here. Now this runnable interface have the only one method that I am importing that method. So it's actually override implemented method. Okay, only it has only one method, that is the run method, and override that method. Okay, this is the class. This class I can convert into a component, and again I need to convert into the service. Scheduler is also one OSJ service, so I'm converting, and here I would mention article.class. Article.class. Next one is immediate equal to true, meaning on deployment, after deployment the service should be activate. So I'm mentioning immediate equal to true. So this is the recommended attributes. Okay, done. Enable interface. So after that, so here in class level you want to progress methods working. So we should take the method that is logger statement I am taking. Private static final, I can say logger. It will give the many suggestions. From that you can choose this one only. AM integrated with this tool only. Logger is the org.slf4j, and you can mention log equal to, this is the constant variable, and logger factory slf4j only, and then dot get logger, dot get logger, and then here I would like to mention my class name, article expiry date, dot class. Okay, so next now we can take the activate method, deactivate method, and modified method. So I would like to take public void activate method, and from here to here, this is the scope of activate method. And similarly, I can take public void deactivate method, and then again I can take a public void modified method, or any name you can give. Okay, and in all the method you can integrate with the respected annotations. Activate, and this is deactivate, and this is modified. This is modified. This is modified. Okay, this is the basic skeleton. Oh, this is the basic skeleton of every service. Okay, now I want to read the values dynamically. So for that purpose, I need to create one more class which is with the annotations. So simply I can go with my Java file, and then annotations. Here I would like to mention article expiry date configurations. The name I would like to give article expiry date configurations. Date configuration. This is the normal class. This we can make as the dynamically by using annotation, that is object class definition. Object class definition. So in this class, I will pass few of the properties like scheduler name, and I would say expression, scheduled expression. So based on that expression, my piece of code will execute. Few of the properties I will pass in this class. A few of the properties I would like to mention: public string, scheduler name, scheduler name, scheduler name. Okay, fine. Now, similarly, this is the normal property. This property I want to make it as the dynamically. So we should use attribute definition.
പിന്നെ അവിടെ ഉണ്ട്.
Guys, please go in mute. Any questions, anyone? So these are the recommended attributes. I would say like name, and uh, next I would like to take some description. Description is I would like to take about a scheduler name, and next I would like to take some default value, some default value, default value, default value, which I would like to mention, which is generally a scheduler name, right? So please mention scheduler name. This is the default value. Please mention scheduler name. This is the description. Okay, fine. So this is with respect to scheduler name. So similarly, I can take with the scheduler expression also. Public scheduler expression also can take with the string, and we can mention scheduler expression, scheduler expression, scheduler expression, and then same attributes I'm copy from this line, and then I will paste here also. So here I will change. This is the scheduler expression, and this is about a scheduler expression, and then a default value. So the default value you can mention. So the default value I would like to. I want to run my piece of code every minute. So for that I would like to mention all stars 4 5, and then like this I'm mentioning I want to execute my piece of code every minute. So like that I'm mentioning this is the default value, and this is the scheduler expression. So similarly I will take with the public string concurrent scheduler, meaning concurrent schedule. So concurrent scheduler meaning I want to run my scheduler at one time only. So that is the reason I am writing concurrent scheduler. This default value is default one is false. I would like to mention default as the false, and okay. Now here the data type you can mention with boolean. Yeah. Now so the same attribute I am copying from there, and can paste here, which is generally here I will change scheduler concurrent, and the next can go with about concurrent, and here also this is the expression. Okay, this default value no need, so already we given the default value here. Okay, okay, concurrent, and next we will take one more I would say, yeah. So as of now these are the three properties I took in I would say configuration level. So these three values I will read again. Here you can mention the recommended attributes. Those are like a name equal to the class name I am passing, and next one is we can mention description. So simply I would like to mention description is like simple as about. Okay, so from this I can read the values dynamically. Now again I will go to my class. I will go to my class, and so I want to write the scheduler by using the scheduler API, right? Then we should use, so scheduler API is also one service which is available in the Java, which is available in the libraries, OIGA libraries. If you want to use one service into the another service, then what is the annotation? We need to use at the rate reference. If you want to use one service into the another service, then we can use at the rate reference annotation. Now here also I will use the at the rate reference annotation, at the rate reference annotation, and scheduler is also one predefined service scheduler, and so make sure you have to import the second one, org.apache.sling.commerce.scheduler. You have to go with the second one. Click on that, and this is the predefined service, and we can mention variable. So whatever the predefined it is having all the methods and variable. So again, all the variables, everything we are keeping inside one variable. This is the variable. You can call this is the variable. You can call this is the object. Okay. So from that, we will write some logic, which is generally like I would say I'm taking one more custom method. Public void. The method name is update latest values. I can say update latest values, and this is the scope of the latest values. In this class, I am reading the values. So that class I am passing as a parameter to all the methods. Parameter to all the methods. So here one more thing. We need to make the connection between two classes, article expiry date and article expiry configuration. We need to make the relation between two classes. So we can make the relation between two classes by using at the rate designate, yeah, designate, and OCD equal to, you can mention the class name, which is article expiry date configuration. Click on that and mention that class. So with that, we successfully make the relation between two classes. Now this is the object, this is the class name, and this class I will pass as input to all the methods. So generally the method's purpose is which will take the parameters and process the parameters. It will do some operation. It will do some operation. So this is the class name and this is the object name. This is the class name and this is the object name. This is the object name. Okay. Just suddenly, yeah. The same thing I will copy and then I will pass to every method. I will pass all the these parameter to all the methods. Activate method and deactivate method and modified method as well. Modified method as well. Modified method as well. Okay, so here I will write the logic, which is, so we are having the scheduler API, right? In that scheduler API, where we have the one more method, that is the expression method. So this logic we are writing, we are executing by using this scheduler API. This scheduler API only. So that a scheduler have one method, that is the expression method. That is one expression method. Scheduler the dot. These many methods are available in that scheduler object. So from that I want to only expression. So I'm going with this expression. Expression is the method, and with this method again I am passing this object as the input. I am passing this object as the input. So generally this object as a I am passing as the input dot scheduler expression. Scheduler expression. The thing is, whatever the values we are giving the dynamically, those values uh, available here, the same, the specifically again all the dynamic expression again we are giving to the scheduler dot expression. Scheduler dot expression. Okay, so this thing again I am storing in one reference variable. That reference variable you can take anything. So I am taking as the options, and this is the variable. So variable you need to mention data type. The data type is I would like to mention schedule options. Schedule options is the class name I am mentioning. Class name I am mentioning. Okay, fine. Next, in that a scheduler have one more method, that is the scheduler dot schedule. Schedule. This is also one method. What it will do generally, it will schedule. It will execute. It will schedule like whenever you want to publish the content, today or tomorrow or over, based on the cron expression. It will schedule our. It will schedule our logic. So that is also one method which is available in the scheduler API. So from this scheduler API, we are using total two methods. One is the expression method. Second one is the schedule method. Second one is the schedule method. Okay, fine. So after this, So there we have the, I want to execute my scheduler based on my scheduler name. Like I can mention options dot name dot my scheduler name. I want to give my scheduler name dot, and then my where object dot scheduler name. Scheduler name, I would like to mention, yeah, scheduler name. So we are giving the name for that scheduler as well. We are giving the name to that specific scheduler. Next thing is options dot uh, can run concurrently. Can run concurrently meaning, so no two schedulers run at a time. Run at a time. No two schedulers run at a time. So that we are mentioning with concurrently by default, which is as a false. By default, which is as a false. This is the thing. I read the values, and from that values again I am passing into the scheduler expression method. Okay, so this will execute whenever my scheduler should be the enable, then only it has to execute. So for that again what I will do, I will take the if condition. I will take the if condition. In that if condition, article expression configuration dot enabled. Enabled, I will mention as enabled. Okay, if it is enabled, then only my business, then only it has to execute this one. It has to execute this one. So for enabling this one, this will also I will take as the dynamically. Again I will go to my article date configuration. Here I will take one more property, that is boolean public boolean. I can take with enabled. Yes, enabled. You can mention enabled. Okay, here the default value I would like to take as the true. I would like to take as the default one as the true. And this expression again I am taking the attribute definition and all. So I'm passing the attribute definition here. Enabled, this you can mention normally. Enabled description, you can write any description. Okay. Now again I will go to article date expiry.java. This is the configuration, and I am going with that. Okay, so if it is enabled, then it will do these all the operations. If not, I need to unschedule my scheduler. So for that, so I will take the else block. So in that else block, I will unschedule my scheduler by using this scheduler API. So I can copy the object, the variable object, scheduler object, and then here I can unschedule my scheduler. Unschedule my scheduler. So here I can mention with scheduler. So here, if it is enabled, then it will execute. The controller will go inside and it will do these all the things. If not, it has to unschedule by using the scheduler name only. By using the scheduler name only. Okay, fine. So this method again, I will copy this method from here, and then this method I am passing to all the methods like activate method, and in that activate method I will mention like as the article expiry configuration. I'm copying from this one, and then I mention here. Okay, now this method will be activate, and again I will pass this one in all remaining methods as well. Activate and modified, and I will take this one and then I will write some logic here, like dot. I will take info method, and in that I would like to write which is generally article article expiry date, activate method, activate method. 1 second, guys. Okay, similarly, I will go to the run method. So this run method also I will write the message which is, I will come up, and then here I will mention the message which is generally article expiry. Run method, run method executing, run method executing. So this message I want to execute based on my cron expression. This message I want to execute based on my cron expression. So for executing based on my cron expression, so that is the only as of now our requirement. So that is the reason I wrote this the logic. Okay, so simply I can save the files, and now can I will deploy the entire code into the AIM server, and then we'll see, we'll give the cron expression, and then we'll see how it will work at all. I will go to my project and CMD, um, start. We can deploy, and then we'll see how it will work and all. We need to open AIM as well, or not open AIM. Oh, already AIM already open. Okay, okay. Already AIM already open. No issue. So you can go with that blog as well, like how by scheduler Imran Khan. I told you in the last session. Scheduler Imran Khan. You can go with the document as well. So, see scheduler. So see, scheduler is used to trigger an activity, particular activity at a particular period of time. They mention like this. Scheduler can be created in two ways: whiteboard pattern and scheduler API. So we are going with the scheduler API. We are going with scheduler API. So scheduler, this is the predefined one. So we are using the predefined methods and all, and then we are creating the scheduler. We are creating the scheduler. How you can implement the scheduler meaning? So this is the class name and component and service equal to runnable dot class. Runnable dot class. Next, they explain like the purpose of each annotation. Okay, so here we are taking the values dynamically at the rate designate OCD equal to like that, and so they took for actually cron job for every minute. So they pass the cron expression like this, meaning so they want to it will the this whatever the scheduler they wrote, so it will execute for every minute and enable equal to by default true. The same thing, scheduler concurrent scheduler, the same thing they also took. Again, they will write some logic, and then they activate the method, and then they deploy it, and the check the bundle. I would say service which is registered active or not, and then so this is the methods schedule method. What the schedule method will do? Schedule the job based on the name. Next expression. What is the purpose of expression method? Schedule a job based on the expression. What is unscheduled method will do? Remove the schedule based on the job, and schedule at will trigger the scheduler at given time and given date and only one scheduler at. So these are the methods actually. These are the methods actually. So when you have the spare time, you can go with this document also. You can get the better clarity on it. Now I will go with build a success. Now I will go with my bundle, which is generally system consoles. I will check my go to components, and you can check with your name. I would say the class name, which is in the active or not. So in our case, article expiry date. Yeah, this is in active state. Okay, fine. Now the next thing is go and check with OIJ configurations. OIJ configurations. In that, open look for OIJ expiry date configurations. Open that. So this is the like scheduler name. So please mention the scheduler name. So I am mentioning my scheduler name as the article date, and this is the cron expression I want to execute for every minute, and the scheduler name is the concurrent, and by default I am mentioning as the enable, and then I will click on OK. If I click on OK, then it has saved, and the logs will be triggered at the logs. So by default, which is available in the AEM, and go with that AEM author and quick start. Now the logs error.log. So this you can open with any ID. So as of now, I am opening with Visual Studio. So now can look for the word which is article expiry date. Run method. You can go with your logs error.logs, and you can look for that one. can go to the OSI and configurations. You can modify with article expiry configurations. Now here you can modify with some one. So if you want to execute every 5 seconds also, you can mention one star extra. Then it will be treated as seconds. Then it will be treated as seconds. Okay, so if you can mention every 5 seconds, and then if you write the cron expression like this, then it will execute every 5 seconds. And if you mention the 5 here, then it will execute every 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes like that. Okay, now I am going with this, and then click on save. Click on save. So like this, you can pass the values dynamically. Now I will go to my log files. Log files. I will take the message which is log executing, and then I can go with the log files. Mm, I have the logs here, and then expiry activity is coming, but this is not actually our requirement. Our code should be executed multiple times. We'll check once again. This is printing, and also can go with cron expression. Will take with will go with OSI configurations. Now I can go with cron expressions. Cron maker. I want to execute every minute. Then generate cron expression. So I can copy this one. Okay, fine. Now normally I will go to here, open article, the expiry date. So we can create, I would say, one logger files also. For example, how we can create the log file? Simply you can go with the log support. You can go with the log support. You can create a logger file. So here I would like to create the logger file, which is like as article, article, and then the class name can mention as the path. I can take the path as com dot core dot article expiry date, so that you can select the path and save. Now one log will be created based on this. Now you can come again, go to the configurations, and again you can look for article expiry. Again you can look for OVJ and configurations, article configurations. Yeah, click on that. Here I would like to change with some for save. Now again go to your logs, click start, go to logs, article log as created. Now this you can open with, I'm opening with my Visual Studio article.log, expiry date. So the logs should be printed here. So in this case, schedulers dot article expiry date. So again you can check the package terminal, article expiry date dot class. We created the class and we took the values dynamically, and we pass here. So we'll delete the bundle and then we'll do the deployment also. This bundle which is not active properly, we'll see. We'll do deployment once again and then we'll see. So generally we'll write the scheduler like this. We'll take the cron expression dynamically. So based on the cron expression, whatever the business logic we will write, so we can activate the pages, we can deactivate the pages. For example, in this month, if you want to activate few of the pages, then you can write simply scheduler, and then whatever the pages you want to deactivate, then you can deactivate the pages and all. You can activate the pages, deactivate the pages, and offers also. Like some of the phones, if you take the iPhones, like every year they are launching the new phones, right? So when at the time of they releasing the phones, they will give some, I would say, uh, few of the offers like I would say the content and all. We can write a scheduler. So based on that, the content will be displayed. The content will be displayed. So once the offer is completed, then the contents can disappear by using scheduler. By using scheduler. So but we'll see. We'll deploy once again, and then the logic should be displayed on the error dot logs. Build a success. Now I can go with their OIJ bundles. Once again check with demo.bundle that you click on the bundle and then timestamp temporary. Go with the OIJ components and check with your component article expiry date, which is also inactive. Okay, next go to your configurations, OIJ configurations. Article expiry date configurations, click on that. Expiry date I took crown expression total I took 4 and question mark here, and this I can change with the name. I'm taking it as the 2, and then crown expression scheduler save. Now we can go with the log file. Not log. Only one is coming, that is article expiry date activate method. Whatever you wrote, this is coming. This is only coming. But we'll see once again. But this has to display for every 2 minutes, right? So once again, we can open this. We'll change the configurations once again. Article, go with article. Next, configurations. We'll see. We'll deploy and then we'll see. The code has to display like based on the cron expression. Build success again. Check all the things. Bundle, timestamp, and all. Go to article expiry, and I'm giving the configurations. Check the bundle timestamp. Bundle timestamp. Click on that, and then it will be so 1047. Okay, and bundle is also inactive. Next, we can go with the log files. Yeah, log files. Now see which is triggering. Which is triggering. If you can see line number 76, right? So see, every time it is executing. Every time it is executing. So based on our cron expression, it will execute. Our piece of code will execute. So actually here I took dummy messages, but we will write the business logic like article dates will give. So based on that, it will execute. It will execute. If you see here, it will execute. So according to our expression, which is executing every second, which is executing every second, which is executing every second. Okay, which is executing every second. So based on cron expression, if you want to execute every 2 days, every 3 days, so like that you can go to the cron maker and then you can take the code from that and then you can give the cron expression dynamically. So you can write the schedulers like this. So as of now, my scheduler is working every second. My scheduler is working. If you want to stop the scheduler, then what you can do, you can come to the scheduler where go to the configurations, look for article and go with that. You can uncheck this one. If you uncheck this one, then your scheduler will stop. So we wrote some business logic, right? So if it is true only, then it will go, the controller will go inside and then it will execute in the business logic. If you want to stop the scheduler, then simply you can come here and then you can uncheck this one. You can uncheck this one, then your scheduler will stop. then your scheduler will stop. Now the scheduler is running every second. Now scheduler is running every second. Okay, so this is the basic, I would say, overview of scheduler. So based on the requirement, we will write the schedulers. So here I'll write some dummy messages, but in the real-time scenarios, so based on the business logic, we will write the uh, business logic like article. We will give the article expiry dates and all. So based on that, we will write the logic and then we will execute the schedulers. We will execute the schedulers. So you can go with this document also. You can get the better understanding of it. Okay, so this is all about the schedulers. So I will revise one more time. So scheduler meaning scheduler which is used for running a particular piece of code at regular intervals, where we have the cron expression will mention the time intervals which wanted to run a piece of code, and we can override the threaded method to have a piece of code to run regularly, and we can deploy the scheduler and then we can start using the scheduler. Okay, the scheduler you can write in two ways. One is the whiteboard pattern. Second one is the scheduler API. Scheduler API meaning, so the scheduler is already predefined one. In that, where we have some predefined methods, and we will use those predefined methods. And then what I did here generally, I will go to here my IDE. I will go to my classes. I will remove this log files, and so in this class, I am taking the values as the dynamic value I am taking by using this class. The class name is the article expiry configurations. Whatever the values I am taking as the dynamically, those all the values I am keeping as a one variable. I am keeping as the one variable. Yeah, this is the only method, right? I am keeping as one variable. This is the variable. So in that variable, we can in that variable you can store a number of data. Okay, there is no restrictions and all. So all the data I am storing in one variable. So I'm again that variable I am passing as an input to. Now this variable is already having all the data. This variable, this data I am passing to this method as an input. Again we have the scheduler method, scheduler API. This is the predefined one, and in this predefined one, it is having multiple methods actually. From that, based on my requirement, I want only expression method. For this expression method, again this variable I am passing as an input to this method. Okay, I passed as an input to this method, and again this method again I am storing in one reference variable. Thus that reference variable data type is the scheduler options, and I want to schedule my job based on my scheduler name, so that is the reason I am giving the name. And the next can run concurrently meaning no two schedulers at not run at one time. Next scheduler meaning, so here we need to schedule. We are scheduling meaning we are executing our scheduler. So here we need to mention this dot option and then else block. We when these all the things will be happen, when it is should be in the enable, then only these all the things will be happen, like we can pass the values inside. If not, the control directly will go inside else block, and then it will unschedule the scheduler. It will unschedule the scheduler. It will unschedule the scheduler. So this is the things we done with. So please go through it, everyone, and please do the assignment on schedulers. Because schedulers is also very important, very important schedulers. Okay, so any other questions you guys have, please you can ask me. Anyone, any other questions? Any other questions, guys?
No, sir.
Okay, okay, guys. So I would say, uh, please do the assignment on schedulers, and for reference purpose, you can go with this document and do the assignment, and then I can share in the book. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm winding the session. We'll meet you on tomorrow. So I will upload the video within 15 minutes and all. Okay. So the same time I
Okay,
will
sir.
upload the video to the drive. Okay. Please go through that. Do the assignment. Share. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.